Rainbow Omega is really a unique ministry. My wife and I, we just had a few dreams. Our son was part of that. He was born brain damaged. He's 50 years old, functions as a 4 or 5-year-old. But in the very beginning, he had special needs. We got to thinking about, well, who's going to take care of Chris when we're gone? Who's going to love him like we love him? And who's going to give him the environment where he can flourish in and be happy in? But I'll say in the very beginning, it had to be God's plan. Going to Sunset was one of our best decisions. See, Sunset taught me to depend on God. But it taught me how to raise money, to convince people. Our greenhouses consist of 9 bays. In those bays, you're looking at them here, we grow a total of about 7,000 plants. And they start growing in August, and then they're ready for market right after Thanksgiving. Sunset taught me more and more in depth about God, taught me how to pray for seemed like the impossible. One of the things that taught me that God was in this.
Bless and food God. Amen. Amen.
And so I knew that if I begun with churches, that I had to get before the people and tell our story. There were so many people that would come up to us. They had the same thoughts too, but they didn't know where to go. And so a lot of churches started putting money behind us. Just like Sunset, there was a class there called Mission Strategy. In order to do what we do here, we had to have a strategic plan with goals, tangible goals. And that was one of the first things we did. And I learned a lot of that from that class. Sunset instilled so many things in us about what we were about to get our life involved in. One of the experiences we learned in the islands is we are about doctrine, but I think of Christ washing feet. But what we're really about here is washing feet. You know, anybody ought to feel good when they're helping people that can't help themselves. And you don't have to worry about, am I saying the right things to save their soul? No. Their soul is already saved.
I was coaching at the University of Alabama, and Stinson Carpenter came to see me, and they said, "Now, Coach, we've got a dream. We don't have a nickel, we don't have an acre of land, but we've got a dream." 5 years later, they have 6 beautiful group homes, have a big common area where everybody works. Everybody there has a job. I served on George Bush's commission on intellectual disabilities. The people in Washington got tired of hearing me say this. I said, if you want to see it done right, you go to the state of Alabama and you go to Rainbow Omega. See, when you give money to Rainbow Omega, you're giving money to somebody that can't give anything back to you. Most of us, when we do something for somebody else, we want somebody else to do something for us. I mean, that's sort of the way it works. I'll fund your program if you fund my idea. These kids can't do it. I mean, their parents can't do it. So this is really a labor of love when he put this together. And they have beautiful homes where the children live, and they get to furnish it the way they want to, and they have televisions in their room. Lots of people help, but they know that they're not going to get anything in return on this earth.
We did have a dream, and we raised a lot of money with just the dream. You don't have to take no for an answer. You never quit. You never give up. I worked off the premise, if it's right and it's good, it's going to happen. So it boils down to this. When parents think there's no help, there's hope at the end.